how small your space, you can grow something. Well, none of the little things that I transplanted in that big greenish pot seem to make it. But my peppers and my tiny Tim tomato that's been in my house all winter is still thriving, and I'm getting more tomatoes. I thought it was done, but no, it's not. Pepper's doing well. I covered the peppers last night because it got down in the 40s. It'll do that tonight too. Secret Seed is doing fine. The tomatoes and other things I planted in here did not seem to like it. But the ones in this tote did okay. Just panning around, seeing tomatoes. I have some seeds planted in that red thing. Now, I should have done what I did with that one in the green there. I just left it in the pot and put it on the tote. That's what I should have done. Hindsight is 20/20. Here I have asparagus, and I'm going to show you in the corner here in a minute. It'll go back up there after it looks at this tomato and whatever that plant is. It's a weed, I think. That is celery that I bought a thing of celery at the grocery store, and I cut the bottom of the celery off, put it down in water, and it started growing. So I have planted it out in that pot. Hubby bought me some pretty blue. They're supposed to go round and round in the wind, but they don't. I haven't noticed that they did. We've had strong winds the last couple of days, but they're very pretty nevertheless. The tomatoes in this tote and these couple of totes seem to be doing okay. Those are the potatoes. And this pot has weeds probably. This is sweet potato vines that I started the slips myself and then planted them in this pot. And here are more sweet potato vines, all in this. That was a 15-gallon Smart Pot. Perusing around on tomatoes, stuck here and there and everywhere. And the things that, I put dirt in my towers, but I haven't put any plants in there yet. I will eventually. Okay, asparagus is looking, the fronds are looking good. I didn't notice that I had any spears, but I might have just missed them earlier. Lemon balm, sage. My sage is in bloom. It's very pretty. And more chives in bloom. I harvested chive blooms the other day, but it looks like there are more. And my new bee house. Here I have tomatoes that haven't been planted out yet, and a few fava beans that each seem to have a tomato plant in there with them. I didn't realize that had happened, but it did. And a very special, the seeds that I planted the other day haven't come up yet. And a few plants there that need to be taken out. This one's special. This is a boxwood cutting that I made last year, and it survived the winter outdoors and is still thriving. So I'm glad for that. Okay. Here we have something coming up. I don't know if it's weed or not. And I believe this is, chamomile, if I'm not mistaken. My potatoes again. Just an overall shot of those 2 totes. I think I actually have a strawberry plant coming up. I thought I had lost all of them. And I might even have another one there. I need to get that grass and everything. Oh, and the daisies that are right there are coming back. The irises. Oh, and over by the fence, let me show you again. Those are all my grapevines. They didn't get pruned this year, but they'll still make grapes. This little lilac bush was all looking crumbly like that, and I gave it water several times and a little bit of vitamins, and it's doing better. This is a stinging nettle that wintered over, came back. We're peeking at some rhubarb down in here amidst all of the grass that should not ought to be there. Beautiful rhubarb. Got picked once and got some rhubarb in the freezer and some in my tummy. I always forget the name of it when I go to say it. It's doing wonderfully. More rhubarb. More iris and honeysuckle. Honeysuckle is looking beautiful. I don't remember it blooming this prolifically in past years. This is looking really good. No wonder I've seen a few hummingbirds flitting around. And here we have some yarrow that's coming back. Last year's didn't get trimmed out, and it's still there. And a rose bush that I bought last year, it seemed to have wintered over and is coming back stronger than it was before. And the California poppies are looking beautiful. These come back year after year. Blueberry bush, and I've got another couple of bushes down amongst all the grass there too. And here is my tree that I bought last year, my not elderberry, what do you call? Mulberry, it's a mulberry bush. I see I have grass around the perimeter of it. It needs to disappear. Hen and chicks, packed thick, hen and chicks, and these come back year after year and seem to be more prolific. And back to the California poppies again. And I'm not sure what this is, but it's got really soft, fuzzy, furry leaves. Really pretty looking there amongst my weeds. Weedsies. And here we have chamomile coming up. Looks like it's getting ready to bloom. And there are roses in here, and here's some mint that could stand to be harvested. And more of it over here, more mint. Yes, there we go. More mint. Well, that's kind of a mini tour, or maybe not so many, of things in my garden. Some good, some not so good. Some things thrived when I planted them. Other things didn't. Hubby's on his way to town, I did give him a very short list of some things I would like for him to get for me. So we'll see if he does or what he comes home with. A couple of them I specified one only. His one only usually means 2 or 3, so we'll take what we get. We'll see. And I'll let you know what he comes home with. Some things that, well, I'll tell you what I asked for so we can compare it with what I actually get. I'll make another, that'll be probably tomorrow's video. I asked for one and only one cauliflower plant. One and only one, no, not cauliflower, cabbage is what I asked for. One and only one broccoli plant. A 6-pack of marigold flowers. And a super tunia, any color. We'll see what he comes home with. You just never know. It's always a surprise, even if I give him a list. Even if I give him an exact list, it's still a surprise. Gotta love the daylights out of that man. Well, I'm glad that I could get out and make a little bit of a tour for you and show you how things are progressing. Remember, no matter how small your space, you can grow something, even if it's only indoors. I didn't include my indoor plants in what I just showed you. I have lettuce going, a couple of pepper plants that I did have out, but I brought back in because I last night got down to 39. Tonight's supposed to get about the same, and then it's going to warm back up a little bit. But all this week's on the cooler side. No frost or anything like that, so, you know, things will be okay. I will go out and wrap my peppers with some floating row cover again before tonight, because they don't like that. For those 40-degree nights, they don't like it. And the one that I have been working on indoors has a pepper on it, and I didn't want to risk losing that pepper. It has some blooms on it too, so it's back indoors, and it will go out tomorrow or the next day to harden off again and then begin enjoying outdoors. I haven't taken my fig plants out yet either, so I was going to, and then it cooled off, so I'll just wait. No big hurry, right? No big hurry. So remember, grow something. And if you need help knowing how to grow, what to grow, just take a look on YouTube. All of our gardening, homesteading skills collaborators all have ideas for what to grow, how to grow. And there are lots of gardeners even that are not in a collaboration. So if you're trying to grow tomato, just do a YouTube search of how to grow tomatoes. You will get tons of information. Everybody does it a little bit differently. Some people put eggs down in the bottom of the hole when they dig the tomato, put the tomato in. In fact, the only one I've ever done that with is that little Tiny Tim tomato that keeps giving me tomatoes. All winter long it gave me tomatoes. It's still out there. Well, it's outdoors now, but it was in the house. And I still have tomatoes coming on. I thought that was an I thought it was a determinate tomato, which means that when it's done giving tomatoes, it's done. But no, it keeps on. So far, it's the tomato plant that keeps on giving And those tomatoes are teeny tiny. They're about the size of a grape. Or a little smaller even. But they taste good. And they're fun to have those little tomatoes coming on. It was so nice all winter long to be getting little tomatoes. Only one plant, so obviously not a lot at a time, but pretty steady. You know I like to blabber at you. What I was talking about is how you can learn how to garden. If you're a new gardener, don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to try different ways of growing. And don't be afraid to ask those of us who've been growing things. We'll tell you what we can, what we know. None of us know everything, especially me. I don't know everything, and I learn something new every year. But until my next video, I'm wishing God's blessings and love upon you. May He surround you with that. May your days be plentiful, glorious, bountiful. And may God show you His love and grace. Remember, be kind to everyone. I'll see you next time on my next video, which might even be tomorrow. We'll see you. Darlene, signing out for this time.